Duke Nukem 3D originally released in 1996. Christ, I'm feeling old. I didn't play this originally when it came out. We didn't even have a PC. It was on the family PC on an old, well, it was an old white computer. Nobody knew what the computer was back in the day. It was just a white computer and they were all the same with a big CRT monitor. But I had it around 2001-ish. My first experience into sort of first-person shooters and proper games, really. Between that and Resident Evil 1, that was my first go-to game. This version also came out with the Birth chapter. It's just called The Birth, which I never played, and I found out it's an expansion pack. I didn't even know they did expansion packs for Duke 3D, but that's why I haven't played it originally. But it's actually really good. So it's got a lot of film references and for some reason Mission Impossible references, so I guess the first Mission Impossible must have been out around that time, which is why there's so many references. But yeah, I had this on the old potato PC that was just a white generic PC. Probably shouldn't have been the first game to play when I'm sort of 11 years old, but you know, it is what it is.
Damn, I'm looking good.
For weapons, you've got your kick, which is just a kick, but I never actually select that. I put that on my mouse as a quick press button, so you don't have to actually select the kick ability. But you got the pistol, the shotgun, rocket launcher, shrink ray, freeze gun, the devastator, which is just a fast firing rocket launcher that shoots small rockets, the expander gun, which is the complete opposite to the shrink ray. It just makes them swell up and explode. I actually don't remember that from the original game, but maybe it's in the DLC. I'm not 100% sure. Then you got the chain gun, and also pipe bombs. Duke also has items to him along his way. So there's the Holo Duke, which is a hologram that you put down. For some reason as a kid when I was about 11, I thought the hologram shot back, but I'm just Nelson Mandela effect sort of thing. I'm remembering it wrong, it seems. You just put it down and sometimes the enemies will shoot it, other times they'll just still shoot you in the face. They don't really always seem to acknowledge it. You've got the med pack, which is a med pack that you can use whenever. Jetpack, which is pretty self-explanatory, it's a jetpack. And boots that stop you from standing in lava or acid or whatever it is. They just stop you from taking damage, but they only last a certain amount of time. You've got the steroids, which just make you run around like a mad spastic and be able to kick a bit harder, so I don't really use them that much. And night vision goggles, which are fucking useless, to be honest.
Damn, I'm looking good.
Replaying this now as an adult, the last time I played this, I must have been, like I say, around 11, sort of pushing 12 years old. It's held up really well. It's held up really well, and I like the fact that it's not woke. You know, if you put Duke in 2025, he's really going to be like looking around like, what the fuck happened to the world? He's just a kind of, you know, heavy drinking, steroid loving guy, and I kind of love him for that. I was always a Duke Nukem guy over Doom. If it came between Doom or Duke Nukem, I was Duke Nukem, purely because at the time, you know, it was edgy and he had attitude to him, and it was either that or an overweight plumber or a lightning speed hedgehog, and you know, I always preferred Duke Nukem. As for negatives, there honestly aren't that many. There's the typical build engine jank, looking around and the world warping, hit scanning enemies, but there's nothing that really is in this game that makes me dislike it. And after playing it after all these years, it's held up really well. It's good fun, and it's sat in my Steam library for a long time, so I thought I'd give it a quick review. I am looking at another game right now that I have in my library that cost me 40p, just because I bought a game for 40p because I was, you know, wondering what a 40p game looks like. So I'll be doing a review for that soon. But thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'll see you soon. See ya.